Oh, looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. Look at these flowers. Looks like we actually tried to plant this. Might as well get a Snapchat of that. I am gonna get some coffee this morning because I am exhausted. Ended up working like 12 hours yesterday, 12 and a half hours yesterday. Was a long day. That is dope. Look at that old school Ferrari. Y'all know where we is.
It's a really wonderful.
Goodbye, Pangea. Always a good time. Thank you. Hello, Nico. Got my coffee. Feeling a bit better now. Life is always better with coffee. Hello, this is Cullen with Tesla's Wild. I hope you all are having a great day today. I know that I am. I just got off work. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. It's currently 75 degrees, just like the perfect temperature. I'm also especially excited because I did just get a new microphone, as you guys can see here. And I think I got my recording issues figured out with a new app that definitely is better than Apple's voice memos. So I'm excited to finally have a clear video where you guys can hear everything that I'm saying and it's not drowned out by background noise while driving. Super exciting. So thank you guys so much for bearing with my other videos. I truly can't tell you how much I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me already. I'm already at nearly 100 subscribers, and that is awesome for the amount of time that I've been doing this. I'm absolutely stoked. Thank you all so much for that support. It does truly mean the world to me. It's just awesome. Today, I thought I'd just do kind of a discussion video about Tesla Autonomy Day and how I feel about the things that were kind of announced in that meeting and whether or not I think some of them are viable, just their implications and that kind of stuff, and how excited I am by some of it. Let's get right into it. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you shortly. First of all, I thought that Tesla Autonomy Day was amazing. It was really, really cool to see the plans that they have moving forward for the Tesla company, as well as what they feel they're capable of achieving over the next couple years here. Let's start with an announcement that was mentioned and is kind of general knowledge. Tesla is planning on making a pickup truck in the near future, which I think is awesome. So many of the people that I've talked to about EVs have been holding back because of lack of availability for a pickup truck. I think the introduction of a pickup truck to the EV market is going to thrust the EV market into mainstream. It's going to bring the EV market to a whole new level. Like I said, a lot of the people that I've talked to that have been resistant to EVs are resistant because of the lack of availability of a pickup truck and something a bit more practical. The prospect of an EV pickup truck is awesome. I am so excited by it. I will probably get one myself. It's just a great thing to have. What more could you ask for? Something that has a bed and it has additional towing capacity is really, really cool. I want to talk a little bit about what worries me about the introduction of a pickup truck to the Tesla fleet. The Model Y reveal is still pretty fresh. It didn't happen very long ago at all. We all know that the Model Y uses the Model 3 base, and they're expecting that orders for the Model Y will surpass anything they've ever released before. We all know that trends of 2018 and 2019 show that the US public is much, much more interested in small crossover SUVs as well as pickup trucks and larger SUVs as well. It's moving away from smaller sedans and sedans in general. So the introduction of the Model Y and now the introduction of a pickup truck, this is what everybody in the US wants. These are the high demand vehicles as of right now. We all know that Tesla has had issues keeping up with production and orders in the past. And I think if we introduce a Model Y, which is a small SUV, and a pickup truck, that those production woes are going to be accentuated heavily. We know that the Model Y will take over Model 3 production, and I don't even know if they have the additional capacity to start producing a pickup truck. I hope that they do. I hope that they wouldn't announce something that they aren't currently capable of or are planning to be capable of. Who knows what they have planned for the Gigafactory. It's just going to be so many new orders that I'd be worried about them being able to keep up with production and orders and timely deliveries without it hurting some other venue, some other models. Like I said, the prospect of a pickup truck is absolutely incredible. I just hope that they are capable of producing everything that they've announced and not bringing more negative attention on themselves because they can't keep up with demand. The next thing that I like to talk about is full level 5 autonomy. Elon seemed very, very confident that level 5 autonomy could be fully achieved by sometime in 2020. As a conservative estimate, let's just say by the end of 2020, full self-driving vehicles on the road that require absolutely no human interaction or input. It's just so cool to think about. However, let's just take a look at current software performance, limitations, and what people have been experiencing. I am currently on 2019.8.5. I don't have the no confirmation lane change. I don't have smart summon. I just have regular autopilot features and regular FSD features. If you do a quick search online, and I've experienced this plenty myself, the current lane change software has a hard time in a lot of situations. It will make it halfway into another lane and quickly jerk back into the original lane because it's sensing something that's not there. Couple that with the car's incessant need to center itself between lines. Even on like merging ramps, you get these situations where it will jerk way over in order to try and maintain center on a merge lane or something like that. It's not the best. It still has a lot of work to be fully seamless and fully dependable. So just based on current software, I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. On top of that, I am always worried about full self-driving while there will still be human drivers on the road. Stressful situations, there is no way to 100% accurately predict what a human will do in a stressful situation. And as long as that is the fact, I think having fully autonomous vehicles is just not possible when every vehicle on the road is fully autonomous. They all have the exact same programmed responses. Every car is aware of every other car and what it will do in a situation. I think fully autonomous vehicles will be much more possible. Overall, I feel like the current software implementation and the issue of there being human drivers still on the road will always be a limiting factor until both of those are fixed. I just don't see it happening by the end of 2020. Although, I would love to be proved wrong on their production capability. I would love to be proved wrong on their fully autonomous driving. If both of these are real, I just absolutely cannot wait for the future. They even teased a photo of a vehicle with no steering wheel and no pedals. I don't know how I feel about that. I still love to drive. There's always going to be people like me that also like to drive, so I don't know if we'll ever get to a point where it is 100% fully autonomous vehicles, but that remains to be seen. I am so excited by this announcement. I hope it's true, and I hope that they're not selling vaporware, but we will find out. Next, I want to discuss the robo-taxi, or the Tesla ride-sharing service. Overall, I think Model Y, the pickup truck, and the Tesla ride-sharing service are what will eventually propel this company into being profitable. These three things together are going to be absolutely awesome for the company as well as the EV market in general. Just the thought that you could go to work, you could program your car to be like, okay, between the hours of 8:30 and 3:30, you are welcome to go and do all the ride sharing you can. Just make sure you're back to my work by 4 o'clock to pick me up, to be there so that I can get home as well. There's two problems that I see with this ride-sharing service, unfortunately. First is the full autonomy. I don't think it's going to be ready. The ride-sharing service is supposedly supposed to launch in 2020, and I just don't see that full autonomy will be ready by then. I already talked about that though. So the second issue that I see with this is that current range limitations are going to get in the way of the ride-sharing service. Now there's two pieces to this. First, they want to use leased Model 3s and other leased vehicles that have been returned to Tesla. The Tesla Model 3 leasing program does not allow you to keep or buy out the lease at the end of the lease. This is an effort to build up a fleet of vehicles for their ride-sharing service. These will not be such a problem. They can go out and deplete their battery and just return back to home base, where they'll be plugged in by some person whose job it is to plug in and charge the ride-sharing fleet. Now, the other side of this are the owners like myself that would like to loan their vehicle out to the ride-sharing service. I'm sure there will be some sort of implementation to say, when my battery gets to this level of percentage, return back to me so I have enough to make it home. But in the end, the range that's going to be required to do ride sharing, you're talking about driving all day here, however many hours you want, but in that time, a lot of driving can be done, a lot of range will be used. Looking at the Model 3 alone, it states it has a maximum range of around 310 miles. I use about 20% of this daily just to and from work. And then assuming that you want to make it home with around 10% at minimum, hopefully 20%, we're looking at a range of about 70% down to 30, which gives you enough to make it home and do everything else you need to without getting into the red area of being charged. I think what Tesla really needs to implement is having many more version 3 superchargers around, as well as people there to maintain and make sure that when ride-sharing Teslas show up that they are immediately charged and can get back out on the road, or some sort of wireless charging system that allows these cars to pull in, quickly charge, and get back on the road. It would be great to send your car off and have it returned to you with plenty of charge after a day of ride-sharing while you're at work or whatever you're doing. It would just be great that the car wasn't returned to you with a fully depleted battery. I think in the future, when Tesla starts implementing the 600 mile that we're going to see like in the Tesla Roadster, where that will have a 600 mile range, I think this will become a lot more feasible. I know the Tesla Roadster is set to release in 2020 with that 600 mile range, but I think it will take a while before that technology is flowed down into the other models. It's going to be a while before my Model 3 or the Model 3 in general will be able to go 600 miles. So with that said, I think the ride-sharing service is awesome. I just have a couple concerns with how it's going to be implemented. All right, so overall, that's everything I have to say about Autonomy Day. Not a lot, just 3 main points I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to talk about the Tesla pickup truck and the production issues that I see potentially occurring with that. I also wanted to talk about full autonomy as well as the Tesla ride-sharing service. These are just my opinions, these are just my thoughts on what was announced that day. They're just some concerns and some things that I thought were interesting. Wow, I think they just hit each other. Anyways, they're just some things that I thought were interesting and some concerns that I had about what was announced at Autonomy Day. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what was announced, whether you agree or disagree with the things that I said in this video. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video and stop by my channel. It does truly mean the world to me. If you did like this video, please smash that like and subscribe button down below. It is so important and it means the world to me. We are almost to 100 subscribers and that is just awesome. I can't wait to see where this channel goes. Anyways, as I said, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a great evening and we will see you next time. Oh, Nico.